everybody, and welcome to another Friday night stream. My name's Graeme.
Hello, I'm Lella.
And I actually got it right this time. So, as you know from last time we played 2 weeks ago, when we played Bonfire, we are calling this Felduary. I'm sure people have come up with that before, but we figure we're going to play another Feld game. So we are playing Trajan. Hopefully, this game is actually 10 years old now, I think. I think it originally came out in 2011. And this is the 2012 edition of the game. So there's been several editions since then. But we've done the basic setup of the game, and we're going to finish the setup, then I'm going to walk you through how the game works if you've never played before. So we have our board set up. We've kind of randomly put out our little pieces, and we'll talk about what those are used for in a bit. We're now going to decide who's going to go first player. So I'm going to take our colors, I'm going to put them on my hand, I'm going to have Lella pick whoever is going to be first player. So Lella's picking first player, so I'm going to be first player. So I go on the bottom, Lella goes on top. Then we're going to pick one of these each. These are going to be end of game scoring tiles. And we turn them gold side up. I'm going to put two on the board, gold side up. So these we can win at the end of the round. Then we're going to do the cards here. So these end of game tiles are going to be, you're going to be wanting different things. So this tile here, for example, let's see if I can show it to the camera here. That tile there shows the different types of cards I want to get. So I want to get the columns and the bears. So we're going to be taking 3 cards into our hand to start off with. And I can take any combination of face down or face up cards. So I want bear cards, so I'm going to take that one. There always has to be 2 face up cards. And then I'm going to take one off the top. And I'm going to take that one. So Nella's going to do the same thing.
So I don't have any things that I'm building towards, so I'm just going to take 3 off the top. I'm going to look first to see if I get a... Ooh, yeah. That was lucky. And so, hee hee, ha ha.
Oh, good. I can just look over here and see what cards Lella.
Oh. No.
So hi, everybody in the chat. Looks like we have K-Pal and Lan. I'm glad that the audio and video is coming out well this time. So now we're going to flip over these tiles. See, these are called Trajan tiles, and each stack is going to be the same type of tile. So what I mean by that is, like for example, all the tiles in this column here are all going to be +2s. So they're going to be +2 actions. And this is a Feld game, and if you've played some of his other ones, you'll realize that this is a point salad. So I'm going to pick first. So I'm going to take this one, and these have to go on positions 2, 4, and 6 on my player board. And I cannot pick 2 of the same, so I'm going to pick that one, and that one. I'm going to place that at 2, 4, and 6. And right now, if you haven't played this game before, this probably doesn't mean very much to you. Now Lella's going to pick her 3.
Well, I'm going to pick this one.
So I'm seeing familiar faces or familiar names. So Coralu and Lillian and Lan are back. We'll see whether Han shows up. But it's nice to see everybody on a Friday night. And it's interesting. Well, so we've been doing this for... The next time we do this will be our 6-month anniversary of doing these live streams. So I hope you've all enjoyed them. Okay, so the game is now all set up. The game revolves really around this mechanism here on the player board. You notice that we have 2 in each area, and basically in each cup, and I believe this is called a Mancala action. On our turn, we're going to have to pick one of these cups, and we have to take all of the cylinders in there, and we're going to drop them off one at a time in a clockwise manner from where they started. Whichever cup you end up on is the action you're going to be taking. The added wrinkle to this is there's a time track here. So we're playing with 2 players, so there's a 2, 3, and 4, but we're playing with 2 players here. For how many pieces we take up out of the cup, we're going to be moving the time tracker that many spaces around the time track. Each time it gets a full way around, we're going to be revealing a demand tile. After we're going to do that 3 times. The 4th time we do it, we have to demete the demand tiles. And the demand tiles are going to be bread, entertainment, or bread, heat, entertainment. I'm not sure what the 3 things are. And we're going to be doing that 4 times. So each one is going to be marked off by taking one of these off. At the end of the game, you know, we're basically going to be going through four rounds of 4 circles. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to take one of your things up and you're going to drop them off. And whichever one you end up on, you're going to take the action. Before you take the action of the space, you're going to see whether you can fulfill the Trajan tile that's on it. So at the beginning of the game, we took one of each. We took 3 different ones and placed them in 2, 4, and 6. That's just part of the setup. If you end up in a cup where you can fulfill the demand, the first thing you're going to do is basically fulfill that Trajan tile. So if I was able to fill this one with having 2 blue markers in that cup, I'm going to get 3 points. I'm going to be able to take 2 cards off of the deck. This does not get automatically refilled. It is going to be refilled doing an action on the board. So what do the actions do? All the actions here are going to take place on this board. Okay, I enjoyed that Coraloo. Point salad, but instead of Caesar, tonight it's a Trajan salad. Yes. So what do the different actions do? So this one here, where my Arc to Trajan is, so we've got this, and I'll explain what that does in a bit, is the shipping action. So the shipping action takes place here. Basically these 3 ships. You're going to be able to do one of 4 different things. First thing you can do is take 2 cards off the top of the deck. Second thing you can do is take one of the face-up cards. The third thing you can do is you can just lay down 2 cards from your hand face up in front of you. Why would you want to do that? Again, I'm trying to get these types of cards in front of me at the end of the game. If I just lay down 2 without taking an action on it, I'm going to be able to take that many cards face down from the deck. I can lay down 1 or 2. The last thing I can do is lay down and basically try and score points with the ones I'm going down, which are going to be these 3. So this is for pairs of cards, or different pairs of cards. This is for non-equal cards, and this is for equal cards. So if I can lay down 4 of the same card at one time, I'm going to be able to get 20 points. I'm then going to flip that over. Whoops. You can still do it, but it's now worth less points. At the end of the round, after we've fulfilled the demands, we're going to be flipping these back over. So each 4 times around this, these are going to be refreshed. That's what the shipping does. That's this action here. The second one is the forum action, which is this section of the board here. If I go there, I'm just going to take one of these tiles. These tiles are going to give me an ability to do that action again when I take it. So the basic kind of think of it as a doubling action. These tiles here are going to be used for different things. This is how I'm going to be able to fulfill the demand token. So I'm going to, if I took that, I would take that, place it on my board. Again, after this goes around 4 times, if the populace needs fire, I'm going to give this up to fulfill their demands. These here are going to be used, these purple ones are going to be placed on the board, and during this current round, they're going to give me more power in the Senate. And that's going to be this track down here. And we'll talk about the Senate in a bit, but this allows me to kind of bump up me on the Senate track. Doesn't move my piece, but it does give me kind of like extra votes. The next one here is the military. Military happens up here. Again, I have 3 actions. First action is I can move one of my people from my board to the camp. Or I could move my leader from where my leader is to an adjacent space. So we start off here. The 3 adjacent spaces are, I'm not sure you can see that, but there's 3 green lines that go from here to here to here. So I could move my leader here. If there's a tile there, I get to take it. The third thing I can do as an option when I take the military action is wherever my leader is, I can move one of my people from the camp to where my leader is. If I do that, and you can only ever have 1 legionnaire on each site, so I can only have 1 of these small guys. Lella can only have 1 of these small guys. But I'm going to be scoring the victory points from the region. If there is someone else's legionnaire there, the points is going to be reduced by 3 points for each other person who has a legionnaire there. The Senate action. It's just going to be moving your piece up the Senate track. As soon as you move it up, you're going to get the number of points as shown on the Senate track, 2 through 8. This is also going to come into play at the end of the round. Who's ever furthest up here is going to be able to pick which one of these end of game bonus tiles they want. And then the next person's going to take the other tile, but each of these tiles is 2 sides. They have the same requirements, but they're going to be worth different points. Of course, the gold side is going to be worth more points. The silver side is worth less points, but you can still score it. So that is the Senate action. Next is the Trajan Tile. So we each have this Arc de Triomphe on our board. It starts at number 1. When you take this action, you're going to be taking one of these tiles and adding it to wherever your arch is. You do that, then you move your arc to the next space that is empty. So I'd move it to 3. Last action is going to be construction. Construction is here. There's basically 2 actions you can do here. One is moving someone from your pool to the camp, or from the camp to the construction site. The first person you move can go anywhere in the construction site. Wherever you put, you're going to be placing, if I place my person here, I'm going to get the number of points that shows on the construction tile. And again, this is pretty small, but I'll kind of show it to the camera. It shows that this one is worth 5 points. I'm then going to place it on my board here. And if it's the first time I collect this type of tile, so this shows a window, I get to perform the secondary action that's there. And this one shows military. The next time I move a person from the camp to the construction zone, it has to be adjacent to one of my people that are already there. So up, down, left, to right. And I think that's all for the actions. At the end of the round, 3 of these will be revealed. So we're going to be revealing 1 each time this thing goes around. After the 4th time, we have to meet these demands. For each demand you can't fulfill, it's going to be worth points as shown on the board. So if you can't fulfill one, it's going to be minus 4 points. If you can't fulfill any of them, it's going to be minus 15. Getting minus 15 in a 2-player game is pretty rare. Pretty rare. Then we see whoever's furthest along the Senate track. Whoever is the furthest will be able to, it's their choice of which one they want to take. The other person, because we're playing 2 players, is going to get the other one turned over to the other side. It's going to be worth less points. These are then going to be a reset. Tie is always broken in terms of who's on top. So right now, Lella is going to break the tie. So if we ended the first quarter of the year now, Lella will get first choice because she's on top. We then are going to reset the board. Wherever empty tiles up here, where there isn't any of our people, is going to be refilled. These are going to be wiped and refilled, and we're going to draw 2 new bonus things. We're going to take away the top tile and start the next round. We'll talk a little bit more about what everything does as we go on. For example, how to use these, how to use the doubling ones. But I think that's kind of given you enough to go on. Let's see if there's any questions. Let's see. So Lan was saying, so for the military, I think that's where you're asking about the small guys. You can either taking the small guys from here and placing them there, or moving them from there to there. You can never move anybody from your reserve to either here or here. They always have to go to the camps first. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, please. I mean, this is our 4th time playing this week, and I will tell you that Trajan is my my favorite game of all time. It kind of came down for me to this or Food Chain Magnet. This one I find is easier to get to the table, and it's easier. I was going to say easier to teach. There's a lot going on in here, but there's a flow to it. So
we'll explain as we go.
Yeah, we'll explain as we're going. For me, the most intriguing part of this game is this trying to figure out the best way to maneuver your pieces to get what you want when you want it, and the actions. And sometimes you'll be left with your pieces in a place with actions you don't want to take.
Yep.
Or like Lella has done, and she'll have 9 pieces all in one area and move all 9, which zooms this timer track around.
It wasn't intentional.
Let's see. So the only Feld that Corlew has played is Carpe Diem.
Oh.
I know that was his big game from 2 years ago, I want to say. So he came out with 2 that year. He came out with Carpe Diem and Forum Trajanum. I much prefer Forum Trajanum over Carpe Diem. Now I know there is a 3rd edition now of Carpe Diem, and they keep on changing the rules slightly. So my edition, which is the 1st edition of Carpe Diem, when you are moving your person, it kind of is like in a star pattern. You can't go from from this point to this point. You have to go kind of like diagonal and like a star pattern. I know they changed that when the subsequent editions of that. And Castle's a Burgundy card game. I only played that once. Wasn't overly impressed with it. Okay, so I'm first player. So the first thing I'm going to do is decide what I'm going to do. So when I pick these tiles, I place them here. So again, I place them in 2, 4, and 6, knowing that in the first round, I'm going to be able to take one of these actions. So if I look here again, this one says I need 2 blue markers in this cup. And I have to end up on that cup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 here. I'm going to place one here and one here. So since I picked up 2, this timer moves ahead 2 spots. I ended up here, so this is the action I'm going to do. So the first thing I do is I fulfilled this Trajan tile. This Trajan tile says I get 3 points. It also says I get to take 2 cards off the top. So I'm going to take 2 cards. And it is 2 cards off the top. You don't get a choice of taking face up. It is off the top. And then this goes away. Then I get to do the forum action. So I'm going to take this forum tile. And this star means, let's see if I can show it to the camera. This star means it's a wild resource. So this is going to fulfill any of the one demand from the populace. I'm going to place it down here on my board, and that's me done.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to do the same thing. So I tried to place smartly as well. I had a yellow and a blue. If I can see that. I already have a yellow and blue there. So I'm going to move these guys here. So I moved 2.
So Lella move 2, 1, 2.
So this one is done. It means I can send one of my guys to the military camp.
And she gets
I get 5 points.
Yeah. Just about everything you collect in this game is going to be worth some points.
And I also get a forum. So I'm actually going to take the light here, and hopefully I'll be able to get a permanent light so that I can score this at the end of the game. But there's no guarantees.
Okay, so I think there's one orange and green there. Okay, so the way I tend to play this game. Okay. So it's better if I hold the tiles here than showing it to the camera. Got that. Thank you.
Okay.
What I usually do when I'm thinking about my moves, I tend to move, let's say I want to move this into the middle, and then I can start allocating them to kind of where I want them to go. So I'm going to do that. So I know that I moved 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to be taking this action. Again, I've met the orange and green on this tile. So it's going to give me 1 point, but this gives me a permanent bread. I'm going to be able to keep this to the end of the game, and it's always going to make sure that if the populace wants bread, I always have bread. It's like unending bread.
One bread, though.
1 bread, yes.
1 bread. And now do your...
And then I did the Senate action, so I'm just going to move my marker up 1 and score 2 points.
I'm not copying Graeme, but it looks like I am. So I, too, am going to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I end up here. And so now I get to move one of my guys to the worker camp. Oh, I put it down, sorry. I get 5 points. And I too move along the Senate and get
Oops.
2 points.
Well, it's also 2 points. 1, 2. Yeah, if only we could have unending bread.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to move this one here. So it's 2. So 1, 2. And I'm going to go here and here. So I ended up on shipping. And for shipping, I am going to take... I'm going to take 2 cards off the top.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. I will do shipping as well.
Okay, we need to be doing different strategies
Yes,
here.
I know, but I have method in my madness here. So I'll take 1 off the top. Ooh, that's a lovely one.
You have to take 2 off the top now.
Oh, I do? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
Because it's either 2 off the top or 1 face up,
Yes, you're
or
right.
laying
you're
2
right.
down.
I forgot.
Okay. So we're now back at the beginning, so we're going to reveal the first demand tile. So they want entertainment.
I don't have entertainment.
Neither do I yet. Well, technically I do with that because that can count as entertainment. So I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That finishes off this one. So I get 2 points for that. And I get to move. So this one actually shows 2 people moving over here. And then I get to do the construction. So I get to move one of my people from here onto the board. I think I'm going to go here. So I get 5 points for picking up this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then because this is the first time I took a window action, I get to take the military action. I'm going to take my military person, and I'm going to move him over here. I'm going to take this tile and put it on my board. So the next time I take one of these window ones, I'm not going to be able to take the military action. I'm going to get the points for it, but I'm not going to get the military action. So why would I want to take another window? Well, at the end of the game, if I have a set of 3 windows, I get 10 points. If I get all 4 windows, 20 points, I believe. So yes, I don't get the bonus during the game, but hopefully I'll get enough of the windows at the end of the game.
Okay, I'm going to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. I end up with shipping. So I'm going to take 2 off the top. Okay.
I think I am going to move. I'm going to move 1. End up in the form action. And I am going to take one of these tiles. So these tiles I'm going to put at the bottom of my board. Next time I take the military action, I can discard that and basically do the military action again. But it only doubles my military action. I can't do like the form and then spend that to say I'm going to do military. It only counts towards military. So Coraloo is asking what the average final score for Trajan. I'm going to say for us somewhere between 110 and 140 kind of is our average. I have no idea whether that's good or not, but that tends to be what we score. In a 3 to 4 player game, it is going to be slightly lower. That time you're looking at more like 100 to 110. 2 players, you are going to score more points because you're going to be able to get more of these. And a 4 player, there's still only 2 out here, and only the first 2 people are going to get the tiles.
Okay, I'm just going to move 1. So now I have satisfied this requirement, so I get 3 points. I can take 2 cards off the top.
Yes, 20 points can definitely make a difference.
Oh, yes.
And it's hard to judge during the game what your final score is going to be. I mean, if someone's like has lapped you, yeah, you know you're going to lose. But because of these tiles and because of these tiles, if you're able to get some of them, there's quite a bit of the end of game scoring.
So I took a ship. I took this tile, which is worth 5, and it's a fountain, and it gives me the bonus action is shipping. And so I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to put down, can they see this? So 3 of a kind.
Yep.
So that's 12 points.
Nice.
So
32.
10, 12.
Okay then. So I'm going to do 1. And it's the construction. I don't have anybody in the camp, so I'm going to move someone from here to there.
I'm going to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3, Graeme.
1, 2, 3.
And I'm going to do I'm going to move this guy here. I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like roof tiles. And that gives me the forum action.
So she can stick one. Whoops! She can stick one of the tiles.
Oh, sorry, it's not forum. It's the Trajan action. Oops, I made a boo boo. Oh well.
Yes, Lana, I was just about to say that Lella's off to a very quick start for here. Okay, so what Lella's thinking, Trajan stories. Some of you probably, well, most of you probably don't know that I did a podcast, started 6.5 years ago. I actually just finished podcasting this week. We just posted our last final podcast. But we started off with doing something called Four Corners of the Board. It was Lella, myself, and another couple, and we talked about games. The very first year that we were doing the podcast, we decided, second year that we were doing the podcast. We went down to Dice Tower Con one year, started the podcast, and went down to Dice Tower Con the next year. We had a listener who said, "Oh yeah, he wanted to play Trajan with us," and this is my friend Eric. I got to know him through the podcast and through Dice Tower, and he's become a friend now. And he said he wanted to play Trajan because he knew that it was one of my favorite games. And we were playing the game, and I think by the third time around, so that the third quarter, I realized that I was not winning. So I had to kind of turn it up and had to really concentrate on making sure I scored the maximum number of points. I ended up winning the game. But he never lets me forget that the very first game I ever played with Eric is I had to make sure I beat him in Trajan. So. And that was, like I said, 5 years ago. Corlu says, the way you said I made a boo-boo reminds her of Yogi Bear. Okay, so my big plan was to move 3.
Oh wait, this is supposed to go here.
Yes, it goes
I
where
cheated.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And we passed, with Lella's turn, we passed this, so we have fire. And 1, 2, 3 for my turn. Ended up on the Trajan action. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I ended up, the whole point was to do that. 1, 2, 3.
You're skipping something.
There. Took them from here. 1, 2, 3. Ended up in military. So the military action, I'm going to move 1 here. And I'm going to take that. And now I'm actually going to spend this, and I'm going to basically be able to do the action again. So I'm going to go. Man, I need fire. I'm going to come up here and take that one.
Don't have a lot of love for you right now.
But you notice that this is kind of be moving fairly slow, reasonably slowly. Now we're starting to get big piles of markers in the same area. So if I want to move this one, this is going to be 6. This is going to zoom this thing around. So it is going to be, the game definitely picks up speed when a couple people have these large groups of markers, because then you'll be like, I do 6, Lella does 5, and it's spun all around. Oh, Lella's thinking.
Yeah, what I want, I can't get.
That's always the way with Trajan.
So I shall move 4.
So 1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2, 3, 4. So I ended up at the Senate.
Lella's going to move up. She's going to get another 3 points.
Which I need them because I'll be losing them soon.
Okay. So I'm going to do 6.
Oh, we're done.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. End up back in the Senate action. Sorry, the forum action. Just back here. I'm going to take that. Do I want to take that? Resources are always good. Yeah, I'm going to take that. So we pass this again. We're going to reveal the next tile. So next time this passes here, this is when we have to fulfill these three demands. That's going to be the end of the round, and we'll go through the end of round stuff. So I'm wondering in the chat how many people were severely affected by the cold. I know where we are, and I'm assuming Lillian, it's the same for you because I know you're downtown Toronto.
So I moved one and moved me up in the Senate.
We didn't get that much, like we got snow. We definitely got snow on Monday night into Tuesday. We got a little more last night, but the cold has kind of just been standard cold for us.
Yeah, nothing.
I know the Midwest, kind of all the way down to Texas, has been hit hard. I have a couple friends in Texas, and they've been without power.
Yeah, it's brutal.
They're having to boil water. They're having a hard time. Well, they had a hard time getting bottled water. The guy was showing me his the power outages that he had, and he was getting power for like half an hour, 45 minutes at a time. Then you go off for half an hour. Then you get 15 minutes. Then you go off for an hour. And then you get half an hour. He had no idea when he was going to get power. So. So, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to go for a 5. So I'm going to do this 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. 5. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I end up in military. Military is going to come up here. Take that for the first military action. I'm going to spend this to do military again, and I'm going to move one of my guys from here to here and score 10 points, because I need points.
Well done. Right, I'm going to move 3. Graeme moved me 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
So this one is now satisfied. I get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get to move one of my dudes to the military camp. I should start using them one day. And now I get to do the sailing. So,
So, is it Ephraim? Sorry if I got your name incorrectly. Are you actually in Texas, or are you, are you from the southern states, or kind of whereabouts are you?
So 1, 2. I'm going to put down 4 different cards. Again, because I know I'm going to lose a whole whack of points right now, so that's 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so we just passed this for the last time, so we have to now fulfill this. Now basically the game pauses and we kind of do end of round stuff. So the first thing we do is we have to fulfill these 3 things. So for myself, entertainment is gone. The flame, I'm going to use my wild, and my food, I have this unending supply of food, so I am good. So these are now out of the game. So Lella.
Flame.
So she only can fulfill 1, so she's missing 2, which is going to be minus 9 points.
1, 2, 3. Boo.
And then we do, so we look at who's furthest along here. So Lella's at 4. I'm at 2, but I have an additional 5 from over here. So technically I have 7 votes in the Senate, which means I'm leading. So I didn't get the points for it, but I do get to have first pick from here. I'm going to pick that one.
I can't believe you took that. You have that.
Yeah, but I can only do this one time.
So
Lella's going to get that, but she's going to get that on the silver side. These are going to be reset. These are going to be flushed.
These are reset.
Those are reset. We're going to take 3 orange tiles. So the orange tiles always go here. And the orange tiles are always going to be the doubling action. And then, because we're 2 players, we're going to fill up the first 2. Let's see.
And then we fill wherever there isn't a person.
So when I said we didn't get a lot of snow, Lillian, I meant for where we live. I mean, we got probably about a foot of snow up here. I don't know if it was the same, because I believe you're downtown. We're up in Richmond Hill. But it was definitely cold. I go for a walk every day because we're working from home. I need to get out of the house for a little bit. So it was definitely cold, but not cold enough to kind of keep me inside. Corlu, the only reason why I shovel is because we have the sidewalk on our side of the street. So because I do walk every day, I like when people shovel their driveway. So I always make sure that my driveway is shoveled.
Can
Shoveled.
Shuffle?
Yeah.
Cute.
Seeing Stephanie is in Texas.
Oh.
No power, no heat,
Oh, no.
boiling snow. How is that? I'm assuming because it's just kind of the frozen water.
That would take a lot of snow to make. It's like
Yeah.
maple syrup. You got to condense it down,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't get a lot. Oh, that's yucky.
Wow. I've never been without, we've been without power,
Yes, we have. Not without water,
but
though.
never without water.
Yep. Without power, we had a massive ice storm a few years ago. We were lucky. We still had power, but Graeme's parents had no power,
Yeah.
where my brother-in-law had no power, my manager had no power, and like they were freezing. Like it was really, really cold. We brought our in-laws here, my in-laws here to stay with us because I said, you're not
Yeah.
staying in that house cold over, you know. And it lasted a long time. It
did.
lasted like days.
Now, we're lucky here, and I don't know, we have a gas stove. Because I do like to cook, it's one of the things I insisted when we moved into the house that we got a gas stove. So when we had the big North American power outage many years ago, we were always in reasonable shape because we've always had a gas
Yeah.
stove, which means if we do need to boil water or whatever else, we've always had that option. I
And
couldn't.
we also have a gas fireplace, so not very romantic, but it came in handy,
Yeah,
let me
kept
tell
us
you.
warm. Yeah. And Stephanie was saying, yeah, the homeless and elderly and sick down there,
Oh,
because
yes.
up here we're kind of accustomed to it. Even it's not great being homeless anywhere.
No.
But here we do have ways that you can donate, winter jackets to the homeless.
When it gets really cold, they open up the civic centers to allow the homeless to come in, so at least they're off the street. If they can't find, like there's a lot of different shelters that they could go to,
Yeah.
but when it's exceptionally cold and the shelters are full, then they open up the civic centers so that they can come
Yeah,
in.
as
Otherwise,
they-
they'd freeze to death.
They call
die.
them warming centers.
Warming centers,
But
exactly.
again, we're prepared for it.
Yeah,
I mean, the southern states aren't prepared for that type
No.
of weather, and it's, why would they?
exactly.
It's like when we get heat waves up here.
We just melt.
We don't know what to do. Okay.
You have to reset now, rethink.
Yeah.
What came up? Nothing I have.
These go away as well.
And it's your turn because
Yeah. So I'm going to go for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do construction. So I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to move him here. So I get 5 points for that. 5 points, and because it's the first door I took, the door gives me a Senate action. I'm going to go there and get another 2 points. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're able to join us, but yeah, definitely stay safe if
I'm going to move 5.
if the weather's kind of against you right now.
So that gives me a shipping action. So I'm going to pull 2 off the top.
Yeah, I found it interesting that when I saw pictures of Texas, it reminded me of the beginning of the pandemic when they empty shelves. But the one picture they had from, I don't know what supermarket, the entire shelf was empty, except for the dips. Like it was the chip aisle, and it was like everything. The only place that was stocked was the chips. It was the dips that go with it. All the chips were gone, but the dips were still there. Okay, I think I'm going to do 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do military. And I'm going to come from here down to here and take that. Oh, and we passed this the first time?
Bread. I'm going to move.
Yeah, Corlu,
One,
it was minus 19,
two,
minus
three.
20 degrees, minus 15, minus 20. You did 3?
Yeah.
2, 3. And going outside without had to wear a scarf because it's, freezing. My walk's about just over an hour. And yeah, I can't imagine going to the Antarctic and not having a scarf, something around your face. Though the one problem with wearing a scarf then was I had the scarf wrapped around kind of up to here on me. I had to change about halfway through because of all the condensation from my breathing. It made it soaking wet. So I had to kind of put it on the outside and put the other half of the scarf around my face. And the first half froze. Okay, I'm going to go 3 again. 1, 2, 3. To go 1, 2, 3. Which brings me back to here. I think I'm going to take this one. So this is going to be a wild one of these. So at the end of the game, when we're counting, if you're going to get 3, it's going to be worth 10 points. I now basically have 2 of something, so it's just kind of a bit of a bonus for me.
Okay, I'm going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. It gives me the military action. So I shall move my big guy here and get another bread.
Yeah, I guess the dips are the most expensive thing when you're buying. I mean, I like a good dip with my chips, but yeah, it is kind of an unnecessary expense. Okay, I think I'm going to go 1 for shipping. I really need to start getting some cars. So I'm going to lay down 1, 2, and then draw 2 cards off the top. So I'm not using them for scoring, I'm just taking that many.
Okay, I'm moving 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. That brings me back to the forum. What did we have? We have bread, which I've got now.
So a friend wants to know what the strategy level is of this game. You definitely need to pick what you want to be doing in this game. You can't be doing everything.
Yeah, like I'm doing, so it's not going to go well.
You do need to be doing little bits of everything, but you notice that, like I haven't not got any more of these tiles. I've been doing a little bit of military, a little bit of this. I haven't really shipped any cards yet. You do need to be doing a little bit of everything, and you need to know what you want to get out of that action. So yes, you can take a construction action, and yes, I can go for 5 points here, but I have to think, yeah, but at the end of the game, if I can get this one and this one, it's going to give me a lot of points. So the strategy level, I'm going to say this is a medium to medium heavy game. It's not super heavy. It's not difficult to learn. The learning curve isn't astronomical. But
there's just a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on that you have to be looking at. I'm doing 4. No, I'm going to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brings me back to shipping. And I'm going to lay down and pull a Lella and lay down 3 of a kind.
Nice.
So that's going to be this one. It's going to give me 12 points.
And we'll reveal the second one, which is fire. I am going to do, I had a master plan. I'll go 3, so 1, 2, 3. I'll move a work, can you move me 3? A worker goes here.
Yeah, if you do like medium to heavyweight games, and you haven't tried Trajan, this is definitely one I would suggest. Again, it is my favorite game, so I'm a bit biased, but there's a reason why it is my favorite game, because it is a good, solid medium weight game that it's reasonably approachable, but it doesn't melt your brain either. I'm going to do one. Put another worker here.
Okay. I'm going to move 4. And I'm going to move a worker here. So I get 3 points.
Ah. So is that MPLS? I've never seen the solo variant. Now I'm not a big solo solo gamer, but that would be interesting to know how they did that with this one. Okay, so I had a master plan, and that was to go 2, 1, 2, go 1, 2 to go back on construction, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go here. That gets me 4 points. Puerto Rico is another good game. I haven't played that one in a while though.
Okay, I'm gonna move 3.
Oh, we flip over the last. So 2 bread and a
good.
fire.
1, 2, 3. So that gets me to military. Should come over here and grab this. Okay.
Oh, this was used at the end of. So these purple ones only last 1 round. So I should have cleared that off my board at the end of last round. I'm going to move 1. So I get to do the form action. We need 2 bread. I've only got 1 bread, so I'm going to be taking the second bread.
Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2, which takes me to the military. I'm going to move here, grab another fire.
Okay, I'm going to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it back here. And I think I'm actually going to take this.
Okay.
Okay, so we passed the round marker. So we've got 2 of these up, so we both have to pay 2 bread and 1 fire. So this, again, this is my permanent bread. So I have to pay 1 bread and 1 fire.
So I have 2 bread and 1 fire. So no point lost today.
Yep, so Lella does not lose any points.
This goes away.
We look at the Senate. So I'm at 2. Lella's at 0, but she's got 4, so Lella has first pick of this.
I should take this one.
No.
Yes.
I also take this one. So this gets reset. I go on top. These come off the board.
This gets reset.
That comes off.
I'll get one here and one there.
So we have this one show up now. This is a wild card. So when you do shipping, it will count as any card that you want.
Okay. Oh, you got to pick the tiles.
2 new tiles. Yeah, okay.
So it's my go?
L is for the first name, and MPSL is for Minneapolis. Interesting.
Is it my go, Graeme?
Yes. Yeah, I did 6 that brought us up here. Yeah, I'm really interested to hear about. Now I want to go to Board Game Geek and look at the solo version of this. Do you know if it's a solo that is is it like a bot that they're going for, or is it more just like scoring points?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
And I shall grab. What do I want to grab? Having a wild of anything is very good.
Yeah. Okay, I can go. I'm gonna go 2. So 1, 2. To go 1, 2, and go shipping. I'm just gonna take 2 off the top.
Okay, I'm going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. That allows me to put a worker here.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to move 1. Finally get to have another Trajan tile. And I'm going to take this one. That goes there. And move it up there.
Going to move 1, 2. And this time, what should I take?
Yeah, I could definitely see with the an AI opponent on this would be difficult to manage, because as you can see, there's quite a bit of moving parts to it. So we just passed. So we reveal
Fire.
fire. And do 3. 1, 2, 3. And go 1, 2, 3. Take this action again. I'm going to put another one of my workers out here.
I'm going to go 5. Am I going 5? No. I'm going 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to put my Legionnaire here so that I can score 10 points.
Bot that uses cards, if I remember correctly. So, do you have to print out a separate deck of cards then for the solo version of this, or is it because it couldn't? I'm assuming it couldn't use these cards. Okay, so I'm going to go 2, 1, 2, to go 1, 2. So I've got the pink and orange here, which gives me 5 points for that one, and allows me to move someone from here to here. And then you do the shipping action. The shipping action I'm going to do is play 2 pairs for this one,
Damn.
which gets me 10 points.
Okay. I'm going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which gives me another military, so I'm going to move this over here.
Okay, reveal another one of these. Okay, I'm gonna have to big one, 2, 4, so 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to end up back at shipping. And for shipping, I'm just going to take 2 off the top. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, Lillian, for checking that out. So it's a deck. One of the bots is you get to print out a deck of cards.
6. To be safe, I'm going to take a breath.
Okay, what do I need to do? I'm going to go 2. 1, 2.
No, did we reveal the last one? No.
Didn't we?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's not good.
1, 2. gives me construction. I'm going to go here, take the 5 points. And it's the first stairs I do, which gives me a form action. I'm going to take this one.
This is not good.
Yeah, because we're coming up to the end of the,
Nope.
end of the round.
So I'm going to move 1, 2.
So 1, 2.
So that's a military action. I'm going to move my legionnaire here, which gives me 6 points. So
Is that, do you have that one from this round or from last round?
it's from this round. I grabbed it from here.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up into construction. So I'm going to take this guy. And go here. So I should be pulling all the people down so you can see them. That gives me 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's the first fountain I have, which is shipping. I'm going to lay down 4 different cards. Which is this one. Another 8. And that's the end of the round. So we have to fulfill this. So 2 fighters and a flame.
I have one of each, so I lose.
So 4 points. Okay, so we do the Senate action. We're both at 0, but Lella's got the 5, so she gets first pick.
So what do we have there?
We've got rings and diamonds, or wine and fish.
I think I'll take this one.
Yes, I would completely agree with you, Lan. I'm splitting my focus here. So we reset. That. Yeah, I believe that they just did a reprint of this not too long ago. And I'm assuming in 2021 it will be the 10th anniversary of it. So I'm assuming they're going to come out with another reprint of it. But this has been reprinted in the last 10 years. It's been reprinted, I want to say 6 times. It is a fairly popular game, so they do kind of keep it in print. So any of your local game stores should try it. I mean, if you want to order from North America, I know last time I checked, 401games.com had it, and BoardGameBliss.com will quite often have it come in and out. But yeah, because it is old and because there were so many editions of it, you can probably also find it on the aftermarket. If you go to Board Game Geek and look at the sales there, I'm sure you can find a used copy of it.
Okay.
Okay, so my turn?
No, you did that mess.
Yes, I did. You were correct.
So I'm going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
To take me to
this one off.
shipping.
So this is the last round, last quarter of the year.
So I'm going to spend. I'm going to put down 2 pairs, which you robbed me of the last time.
So 10 points.
So 72. Oh yes. So
I'm going to go for 3. And go 1, 2, 3. End up in military, and then move my military 1 here and take some bread.
La la la. So I'm going to move 3.
So Efren wants to know whether Trajan is on Tabletop Simulator. I don't know if it's on Tabletop Simulator. I know it is not on Tabletopia, and it's not on Board Game Arena. I do know that it's on Boîte de Jeu, which is I think it's a free website. You can play it on there. I think that's a play by email, but I've never. I don't have Tabletop Simulator, so I can't answer that one.
I went 3 and did the
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, military action. Fire.
Okay, fire. I'm gonna go 1. Take a fire.
I'm going 2. And doing that.
Okay. And go 3. And go 1, 2, 3. So let me put someone else here.
And I go 4. Move here.
Stick with my original plan and go 2, 1, 2. To go 1, 2. Come back here to place this one. Here. 4 points.
Okay, I'm gonna move 3. 1, 2.
Oh, did we reveal
3? No.
1, 2, 3?
So I just moved into construction. So I'm gonna go here for 5 points.
And go 2, 1, 2. Go 1, 2. Brings me back here. I need that one.
Move 1.
I forgot about this. Shoot. And go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brings me back here. I'm going to take this.
I was gonna do that. All right, I shall go 3. 1, 2.
Oh, we did the
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
this is not going well.
No.
So I shall grab 2 cards.
And go for 1. To go 1, 2. See, what new games have I gotten recently they can look forward to seeing you play in the near future?
1, 2, 3. I'll bring my guy up here for 6 points.
Let's see. I got Tungaroo. Polynesia. What else did I get recently? Oh, Paris. I was thinking of maybe playing Tungaru next time for something new. Maybe Hallertau by Uwe Rosenberg. That's another really good game. See if I take a 3 action.
You don't have a 3 action.
I do not. But I'm going to go 2. Go 1, 2. To put this guy out here. I'm probably going to spend this. I'm going to take this action again. I'm going to move him. There. For 3 points. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you slaughtered me. Let's see.
So basically, Lella's going to take one more turn, and then that'll be the end of game and do end of game scoring. Yeah, Tropical Islands. That's why I was thinking of Tongaru, because the graphics, like the art's really nice on it, and really kind of gives you that warm, rich glow.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do Tongaru next time.
I shall go 1, 2, and
1, 2.
put down 2 cards, and then I get to draw 2 cards. Does it matter?
Oh yeah, if you're doing that, it will matter because you get points for cards left in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so the game is over. The last thing we do is do this here. So I have 2 plus my 4 is 6. So I get first pick. I'm going to take that one. Give that one to Lella.
And we have to satisfy these.
Oh, yes. So I can only do 2 out of the 3. So I lose 4 points.
I only can do 1.
So you lose 9 points. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So anybody want to place their bets on who's actually going to win the game?
I am not. Don't bet on me.
So I am pulling out the rule book to find out the... Okay. So nice and handy in the back of the rule book, it's got the points. So you get 1 point for every card left in your hand.
2.
So Lella gets 2 points. You get 1 point for every worker that's left here. None of us have that. You get 1 point for each legionnaire left down here, so I get 2 points for that. 1, 2. You get 1 point for every Trajan tile that's left in your circle here.
0.
0. Then we look at construction tiles. So for every set of 3, you get 10. If you have a set of 4, you get 20.
I have a set of 3.
So Lella gets 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 2 sets of 3.
Oh.
So I get 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. They're saying, Coralou's saying you sound like the underdog, so she's voting for you.
Thank you.
Then we just do bonus tiles. Lan is calling it for me. So we're just going to go through the bonus tiles here. So this one here says 6 points if I have a bread left over. So I do have a bread. You cannot fulfill these with your permanent bread. So I had to have an extra bread to be able to use this. So that is worth 6 points for me. This one here says I get 1 point per person in the construction zone. I have 7 people here, so I get 7 points. 5, 6, 7. Then we do cards. So this is 2 points for those 2 types of things. So I've got those 2. So that gives me 4 points. And that's that one done. This one here is 3 points for every bearskin and every pillar top. I've got 1 bearskin.
I have them.
Oh, you do?
Oh, We do.
1, 2, 3. That's that card. And then this is 3 points for every orange and 3 points for every oil container. So I've got 3 oranges and 1 there. So that is 12 points. So 37. And that is it for me. So now we do Lella's.
Oh, let's see. Do you have... Oh, no. Oops. No. Let's see if we got it. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. All right, let's see. Do we have anything here? Oh, no, that's not the same one. Oh, no. Did I collect the wrong ones? It's in my hand. Okay, nothing. Oh, no, I got 1 papyrus. Yes, 3 points. Woohoo! Rock and roll. Now I got, okay, there we go. So we got 2 of these and 1 fishy. That's 9 points.
9 points.
Woohoo!
1, 2, 3,
Catching
4,
up.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And then, oh, wait a minute. I got these 2 guys. So add another 6 points. And then for this guy, I've got 1 and 1. So that's 4 whole points. Woohoo! Oh, it's terrible.
And that is Trajan. So I have 137. Lella has 108. Now, people are saying that they feel bad for Lella. So this is the fourth time we played Trajan this week.
Yeah.
The first time we played, it was about like this, but for Lella. The second time we played, it was almost like this for me. The third time we played, we were within 3 or 4 points of
Yeah,
each other. And again, we were up around here somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of came out, Lella came out slightly lower than normal,
Yep.
or average from what we found for 2 players. But
But it's
yeah.
still a great game.
Yeah, it is a great game. Like I said, it's still, even after 4 plays this week, I could easily play this again.
I know. You don't get sick of it.
I just want to quickly mention one thing before we leave. So Lella does a mindfulness meditation on Sundays. I know in these kind of hard times, people are kind of looking for ways to kind of de-stress and kind of deal with everything that's going on. If you look her up on YouTube, it's Lella Del Ferro, D-A-L-F as in Frank, E-R-R-O.
Or under still meditation.
Yeah, either one. You should find her on YouTube. And this Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Lella's going to be doing another live meditation. 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. You come in, learn a little bit, and meditate with her. Kind of
No
take your
experience required. You just
get your
guide
mind
you
off,
through it, and
cut off
it's-
the week.
You know, give it a shot. If it floats your boat, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
So hopefully you can join her there. But we will be back should be in 2 weeks. And like I said, probably Tongaroo, maybe Polynesia.
So you can beat me again?
Well, we will play it a couple more times before then.
I don't know why, but I just don't do well in that one.
Yeah, it was. We'll tell you about that one. The first time we played, it just was not clicking for Lella. But yes, so hopefully you've seen Trajan. I know it's older. It's not the hotness anymore, but it is a fantastic game. If you get a chance to pick it up or play it at a con with friends, whenever we're able to do that again, I would strongly encourage you to play this one. It is a lot of fun. So with that, we shall wrap it up. So again, thank you for joining us. Have safe everybody that's been affected by the storm. I hope everything works out for you, and our thoughts are for you. And we shall see you in 2 weeks. So see you later.
Take care.